Is imitating accents racist? Stay tuned and we'll talk about it.
Shavinism.
Please don't send me back to India. It's so crowded. It's like the whole country is one endless Comic-Con, except everybody's wearing the same costume.
Dr. Cooper.
I love this country. The baseball, the freedom, the rampant morbid obesity. From California to the New York Island, I'm a real Yankee Doodle boy. My country is of thee, liberty.
Are accents racist? Is imitating accents racist? Is it all accents, or are there a few accents that are considered to be racist and some that we can do and they're kind of fun? And of course, with this channel being a lot with comedy and characters in different accents, that's a topic that has come up a few times, so I thought I'd discuss it. The reason I started to think about it is because I was speaking to a friend of mine, and I was telling her about the channel, and I was saying that I have this Mexican character, Javier de Santos Ferrero Rodriguez Fernandez de los Tres Amigos. And she said to me that she thinks it's cool, but I couldn't do it in the States. And I was a bit shocked at that, because, first of all, because most of my audience is American. But I also thought, why is that I can do something in the UK and in the States it would be considered to be racist? And I have noticed that a couple of comments that I had talked about me being racist. Now, I never saw myself as being racist. No more than the usual, let's say.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. Doesn't mean we go around committing hate crimes.
This whole thing got me thinking, why are certain accents considered to be racist? And are there certain accents that we can't touch, that we cannot mock, and only the people from those countries can imitate those accents? So if I'm Jewish, it's fine if I do sort of a Jewish American accent, but if someone else did it, I'd be offended. Now, I understand this has a lot to do with history. I understand that it has to do with colonialism and slavery and world events that are happening now, so politics have a lot to do with it. So doing an Arab accent or a Mexican accent now is not like doing it 15, 20, 50 years ago. I understand that. And in that sense, I understand what my friend was saying, that doing a Mexican accent in the US, where there's a lot of stereotypes and they suffer from a lot of racism in the US, is not the same as doing it in Europe, which they're not as exposed to hate. And the same way that I understand that doing an Indian accent in the US is not the same as doing it in the UK, because the UK has colonialized India and the US hasn't. So I think it's viewed differently on what accents can be shown on TV, especially if it's not a native doing them. You're more likely in that sense to find a drama about an Indian family in the UK than you are to find a stereotypical Indian character within a comedy show, if that makes sense. Now, it seems to me that European and American accents all seem to be fine. So French, or Italian, or English, or New York, they all seem to be fine. But if you go to Chinese, or if you try to do Nigerian, or if you do an Arab, then that has changed in the past 15 or 20 years. So my question is, where are the boundaries? And I'm asking this out of a personal interest because I've received a few comments, not many, but a few comments of people that called me a racist. And I never considered myself to be a racist, and I actually pride myself by the fact that I get along with most people. Now, I personally don't have an interest in offending anyone, but I do like to test boundaries. That's something that I think is important to do in society, and I think comedians need to do that. But I personally wouldn't want to do an Indian character or a black character, even if I knew how to do those accents perfectly. I personally wouldn't do them. I'd feel uncomfortable doing them. Even though I have been asked by a couple of Indian people actually to do an Indian character. Now, I said that I would never do a black accent, but that's not the case with Billy Crystal, who's a Jewish American comedian, and he did an imitation of Muhammad Ali. And after that, Muhammad Ali and Billy Crystal became best of friends.
Nobody's ever seen nothing like me. So fast, so pretty. I'm so fast I can play ping pong by myself.
I particularly find the Muhammad Ali and Billy Crystal example interesting because I always find it interesting that the people that have called me racist are usually not from the country that's supposed to be offended. So I have a lot of Latin friends who really love Javier, but usually it would be sort of a white privileged person in general who will be offended on behalf of someone. And in the same way, I find it very interesting that a couple of Indians have asked me to do an Indian character, while everyone else that I know that is sort of white, like me, would advise against it and tell me to never do an Indian character. I personally wouldn't, because I can't do the accent that well for that long. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section. Do you think that anything is fair play? Do you think that nothing is fair play? Do you think that we should be appreciative to politics and history and only certain things are fair play? And if there is a line, where do you think that line should be? Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. Let me know what you think so this can be a dialogue rather than just me talking to a camera. And also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you get regular notifications. I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching.
The winner and still heavyweight champion, Joe Frazier.
I still think I won.